everybody to the Single and Stilettos Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima, and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single and Stilettos. Today we have on our show Tinzley Bradford, and she's the author of the Settle-Free Dating Method for Women, and I'm so excited to have her here today because guess what we're talking about? How long should I wait before I get engaged? So Tinzley, before we get into your tips on this, and I know the ladies are dying to hear this, I want you to tell our audience what made you write this book, The Settle-Free Dating Method for Women.
Hi, Suzanne. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be a part of this as well. This book, The Settle-Free Dating Method for Women, a no-nonsense advice guide to remind you that you are more, was written because of so many different reasons, things that I'm passionate about that has to do with love, relationships, self-esteem, self-love, confidence, but mostly I care about women settling for less, including myself, than they deserve in relationships. Dating does not have to be complicated. Dating should be fun and exciting. Finding a significant other should be a process that both people come together with, wanting to do, wanting to make it work, enjoying time together, growing old together. So I wrote the book to give tips on how to not settle and find true love in your life.
Awesome. So you're basically empowering women, which I love to do. So Tinzley, let's jump into this. So I want to give you a scenario where, because I hear different things from women and they'll ask me this question. So let's just say a woman is dating a man, whether it be for a year or 5 years. A lot of women will ask me, well, how long should I wait before he asks me to get engaged and get married? So what is your take on this?
Yeah, that's always a tricky question because we never know what's in the back of the mind of the man we're dating. Oh my goodness, you cannot sit in his brain to know what he's thinking. Is he trying to get his money right to get you the perfect ring, maybe because he doesn't want to let you down? Is he afraid that he's not stable yet to actually go there with you? Because when you get married, it's going to be a family now. It's going to be the two of you. You're going to need a house. You're going to need to be starting to look at finances. Can you afford this stuff? Mm-hmm. He's probably trying to see if he's able to provide you what is necessary for a husband. Is he mentally ready? Is he making enough money? Does he have some things to work on? So in my opinion, if you've reached the 4-year mark, you may need to start questioning some things. To be honest with you, I say 2 years, but time flies so much. So to me, it may take 2 years to really realize if you are a match. I mean, it just does. I'm sorry. Even on your job, you're there 6 months. You made your probation for 90 days, but they're still looking at you for the first year if you're still a good fit. The next year, you get your evaluation and on and on and on. So the same thing goes for relationships. But my stance is this. How long does it take for a man to know that you are the one? I'm sure you've done everything from sitting on the toilet to hearing each other fart. Sorry if I can say that on here. If you're that into each other, then if you like me, then you should have put a ring on it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that is so funny.
Yes. I mean, I'm going to say 3 to 4 years is when you need to start going, okay, I've been with this one guy and he's not doing anything yet. What is the deal? I think it's okay to ask because you have time and you don't need to waste it.
Right. And I just want to add, though, because I like that you said ask, but I want to add something into that I think a lot of women need to understand because number one, I will tell women, and I've interviewed a ton of male experts and just men in general, is never, ever give a man an ultimatum because what you're basically doing is backing him into a corner. And if someone were to back you into a corner, what's your natural response? To flee, right?
Yeah.
So you have to remember it's not about just what you want in, getting married and having children and things like that. It's about what you both want. So I want to just preface this whole thing with, ladies, what you need to do is really have a discussion with him. And like Tinzley said, I love Tinzley that you said, you don't know where he's at. You don't. Every man is different. And so that requires talking about it and talking about where he's at and what he's thinking and where you're at and what you're thinking. Because if you just put an ultimatum on him, it's not going to make him want to marry you. And you don't want to back someone into that corner and have them go, oh, okay, I guess we'll get married. How good does that feel, right?
That feel good. You don't want to feel like you have, and to your point, you don't want to feel like you have pretty much forced him into marriage, because then he's going to be looking like, okay, you got what you want, now what? Sometimes people get bored. He's going to get irritated with you for that. But definitely to me, when you 3 to 4 years, come on, dude, it's time to have those discussions.
Yeah, and I just want to add, if ladies that you're dating a guy and you are trying to have these talks with him and he keeps dodging the talk and thinking of other things and he doesn't want to talk about it, if he's like dodging that bullet every single time, then that could be a red flag. Maybe he really isn't ready to get married at all. But maybe, like Tinzley said, if he tells you, I'm not in the right place financially, I'm doing this with my job or whatever it is, those are things that you need to kind of let him do his thing, because it is very, very true that men, if they're not financially stable, they're not going to ask you to marry them, because they're thinking, I'm the provider, I need to provide for me and my soon-to-be wife, and if we have children, and if he can't provide, why would he ask you to marry him? So it's very important to see where he's at, right, Tinsley?
That is true. And another thing I want to highlight too, that you should never be afraid of, women, is in the beginning stages of dating, it's okay to tell him that you are looking for something long-term. I've had guys that when I mention that, they're like, oh, I don't like to talk about that, I just want it to happen naturally. Well, guess what? As much as I want it to happen naturally, I want to make sure I'm not wasting my time. If you don't have any intentions of settling down and marrying me eventually, you're not looking for that one woman to call it, that's it, you want to be with for the rest of your life, then why am I here? I need someone that's already going in to make this work. Just like you invest your time at a job and a career, you're looking to be there long term. I need a man that's going to say, okay, yeah, I like her, there's a lot of things going on. I think that as we continue to evolve in our relationship, she just might be that person I settle down with. So yeah, I'm looking to settle down too. He needs to say that and be okay with that. Sorry, he just does.
These have been some great tips, Tinsley. So tell our audience how they can find you in your book.
Thank you, Suzanne. Yes, you all can reach me at my name, which is tinzleybradford.com. And my blog has my book on there as well, The Settle-Free Dating Method for Women, a no-nonsense advice guide to remind you that you are more. The link's right there. Click it, order your book, read it, and leave me a lovely review, please.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for joining us on the Single and Stilettos show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you would like to view the videos, you can go to singleandstilettos.com. And if you would like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. If you would like to get our free ebook on the 3 secrets guaranteed to attract any man, and it's based on scientific research, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.